we go. Second gear because the roads are not icy, but they're cold and my tyres are cold though. So, oh, someone's suddenly put their lights on behind. Car coming there, but enough room for me to come past. Second gear. Come around here, don't need to be in first. It's too much torque for this level of grip. Looking into the behind me, can't see very much. Car there, person crossing there. Just a bit of space, pulling away in a second. Possibly I could have been a little bit kinder to the pedestrian. Pedestrian here on the corner. Possibly not going to be kind to you either. Giving room for the car on the sides, a little bit of a safety bubble, but equally trying not to destabilise myself. But safety first, and stability. So I'm looking at the end of the road, the traffic is moving fairly well. It's a reasonably busy little junction here, so I'm giving people a little bit of room as we come through. Noticing how much I'm saying, a little bit. Car is stationary, thank you very much. This is all good. Thank you very much. Nod to you. Get a nice nod. Off we go. I'm seeing a little bit of temperature on the temperature gauge now. Pop into third. Let's not stress the engine more than it needs to be while it's chilly. I can see the moon, so it's going to be a clear night tonight. It's going to be a little bit frosty, so this is a 30 mile an hour zone. I'm currently doing 22 over this speed cushion. Speed bump. Another speed bump. This is a rather bumpy one, so going over this carefully. 18 miles an hour. Coming past this workings thing, right, looking ahead. Down the end of the road, it's all moving fairly clearly. People moving in and out a little bit, cars on the side roads, pedestrians on the sides. Move out of the way of this car in case they're trying to go past that van. Okay. Another crossing there. Looking up ahead, there's a couple of other little traffic island crossings that people tend to leap out across. There's a keep right arrow, which we can obviously keep right off. But I think that's because one of the crossings is being refurbished. Okay, interesting. Well, not very interesting. Notable. Pedestrian. And then across the road, more pedestrians. Cleverly wearing black at this time of year. Red lights here, beyond that there's a bus, a little bit of confused turning, so we're going to give all these people room to sort themselves out. The van is definitely causing some confusion. I'm going to move forward even though it will impede this car slightly, and I just want to give the van a bit of a wide berth. But continuing my way. Waiting this pedestrian, I could see him behind the van, but he was very keen on coming out. Right, now I'm filtering out with the hope that I can come back in, and I didn't have somewhere that I could come back in when I set off, so that's definitely a bad thing to have done. Blue car here, actually, you giving me room? No, me giving you room. Okay, so that's a consequence of me not having sorted out my destination before I left. Let's come past, give these pedestrians a bit of room. I can repeat the same error I just made. I'm going to be behind the bus on this case. So I've got a bus, got a lorry. I can see if there's oncoming traffic from headlights, or I can get a clue as to oncoming traffic from headlights cast on the curb and so on. Up ahead, I can see a little bit in reflections. There's a car there. I'm going to pull out just to come up behind this lorry and try and give myself a better view as I come up. I'm going to come back in at this point because there are oncoming cars. A little bit more warmth in the engine. And no one's actually coming. Now they are. Here we are. So maybe I could have gone further, but I didn't have a destination. And this is not a great destination, not I mean, but there is somewhere. And then you can see in the mirrors of the van, or I can be seen in the mirrors of the lorry. But I'm now having to be a little bit assertive to wiggle myself into the space, and this is not a great position for me to be. Little car over there trying to force its way out, I would imagine. Barking, I don't think they're barking. They would have been struggling to get in beside the lorry. Okay, looking up ahead, I can see the cars are slowing, but does that mean they won't be there? Oh no. You see, this is a really bad position I've put myself in. I'm just going to have to wait. That is my punishment. I'm sure it would be okay. I can see some lights moving. There are people who are driving up and turning. Okay. Oh, they're trying to put out the van. There we go. Very nice. Okay, queue of traffic over there, seeing the red lights. They're not rushing anywhere. Lorries here, they've got a giveaway, a box junction, and they're good in terms of not going into it. They have nowhere to go. Equally, I have nowhere to go. And they're sitting in a bicycle landing section. And they are not a bicycle. Car behind, little van doing UE. Lights go green, we haven't really got anywhere to rush to. So let's not rush. Gear now. The lorry's got somewhere it can go. I need to check and see, do I have somewhere I can go? No, I'd be sitting on the crossing. I'd probably like to get beeped at this point, but I don't have any space. There's a little bit of movement that will get me into it, so I can go now, point no return. In the hope that by the time I get here, that space will be here. I can give a little bit of room for this car so they can follow in as well. That's a little bit borderline, I think. That will be kind of interesting to see on the video how close I was. I think that was safe. I would hope it was. Feels like it was borderline. Cyclist whizzing in, looking across here. This dog is going to sit on the zebra crossing. Not really sure of the benefit of doing that. So, the highway code says don't overtake the vehicle nearest the crossing. Well, what if the vehicle is set stationary on the crossing? The problem means it's difficult to see pedestrians coming past. There's a guy walking over there now who I think is going to come in front of this lorry. Yep, he did. There's a big gap now, a lorry-sized gap. The man who's coming across here, I'm going to let you go because I don't think I've got a huge gap over there. Yeah, come across. Okay, away we go. Bus is indicating that it's staying in position. Any minute it could, it's hazard lights. So let's go behind the lorry because this bus is stationary, obviously. The lorry is going to pull it in. I'm going to pull in. Is there a chance for me to overtake the lorry? No, certainly not. Is the lorry going to give me space? Debatable. Looks like it's not, but I'm not certain which lane the lorry is in. Someone here with very long blonde hair and a beard. The lorry is coming into my lane, I think. They're just really big. They're taking up a lane and a half. So let's hang back. Restraint. You can see up ahead that the lights have changed for me. Restraint is limited. I can't stay that high. Okay, that's going. Let's just get very carefully up to here. Across now and here. 20 miles an hour at the moment is what we should be at. 22, I'll do it, and 30 miles an hour at this point. Noting roads are not fantastically warm, tyres not fantastically warm, it's not thrown around too much. So we're coming into lane 2, lane 1 is a right turn, a left turn. Could filter past this car. Minor amount of advantage for doing so. I'm not going to really alarm too many people if I had, but no huge benefit. Not overwhelmingly, because I didn't do it. Didn't think about this set of traffic lights, just reacted. So looking up ahead, I've got green lights, so they're going to change before we get there. Car going to turn here. Anyone coming out here? Yes, a few cars coming out of this dealership area. We've got people who are going to turn in front, so it's all going to get a little bit busy before we have our next turn to move. So I'm just holding on front brake, right foot down, neutral. Feels like there should be something happening, but we've not had enough people move yet. Okay, so these guys over here on the right are going to turn. They'll come out, they can go wherever they want. So, having their turn right, they're going red. That's quite a short change. I think it's us now. So winter gear, moving away. Put it in second early. Don't need to have too much torque given the conditions. And up into third. Keep the engine relaxed. Do fourth, 25 miles an hour, fourth gear. Just under 2,000 RPM. Have a speed bump coming up ahead. I've got traffic lights that are green, anticipating they're changing. Yes, they are. We're going to red, so again, no urgency to arrive at a set of red lights. What would I do? Well, equally, am I going to be able to slow control and not stop? Seems kind of unlikely. So if I'm not going to be able to do that, I should just get up there and just let it foot down and stop. Alright, car behind me with its headlights on. It's slightly off-centre to me. Okay, I'm anticipating now we're going to get a change. Yep, other lanes changing. This is us. Release the brake when the car moves, so the car behind start heading off and I've got nowhere to go. Traffic lights on the roundabout, green and then red. So, not huge. Where are you going? There you go. Thank you very much. Come past you if you're going to do that. Look at the lane choice. So lane 2 is really want to be. They've got people indicating up ahead, so they're coming out of lane 2. I can go into 3, now filter in behind this car here. That is, they've got 4 lanes here, so yeah, 3 or 4 is good for me. And this is not a box junction, though you kind of get the feeling it should be. Green light ahead, chances of getting through, not 100%. Skidding their wheels, that just tells me a bit about the traction available on this road surface. Now, temptation is to go to the front. If I'm at the front, what can I do? I can get away early. How would it be perceived? Would it be legal? Well, I should try and be behind the rear wheels of the car at the front of the queue. There is enough room if I wanted to share, but let's try not today. Let's practice restraint as well as practicing position. So I am really hoping the audio track works and the recording doesn't freeze. Red light ahead, no need to rush to that. It will get green by the time I arrive. I'm pretty confident, but we'll have a little queue of traffic that I'm going to have to navigate around. So slow control coming up to here, looking to be roughly where that scooter is. No, okay, enough room. I can come past this fan. They're going to join me coming up my way, just watching for any traffic coming across there. This is a 40 mile an hour section. Let's try and get ourselves towards 40 miles an hour, looking up for the scooter, thinking about safety bubble, hold on to myself, 35, 39, 40, holding this. Car on the right is going to need to merge, but they're not actually doing 40 miles an hour, they're doing less than 35 in fact. Okay. This is now 30 mile an hour section, 30 and 30 is what I'm doing. Motorbike there, we've got people up ahead who tend to change lane or turn or do other things. We've got people with brake lights as they go up the hill. The lorry is moving slightly towards me, so I'm just going to move a bit more towards position 3. Not great for oncoming traffic, but I think that's a bit safer than tucked up right next to the lorry. Now this is a queue of traffic that's chosen to stop here. I've not got a lot of room behind me. I'm going to have to indicate out. There's a car that's pulled out. They're not going to give me room. And there's a gap. So gap here. And around we go. Yeah, that's obviously a very popular turn. So popular. This guy's going to merge in? No, they're not. Okay. So this is the 30 mile an hour section. We're going into lane 2. We are in lane 2, looking ahead. Nice sea of red lights, very festive. Very Christmassy red and white. But not really going anywhere. So easing off the power, just letting the bike soar at its own pace. Bit of engine braking while in third gear. Okay, let's go down second. This I think is filtering territory. 8 miles an hour. Let's hop in here. Okay, not a huge amount of room for filtering. I'm not going to try and bully our way past. Car on my right going past, bike now going past there a little bit thinner than me. I think they're probably going to want to filter through here, so I'm going to stay in position 2, let them go past. Ooh, they're not that small as me, that's a higher busser. But I suspect they've not got these protruding mirrors. Now, how tempted am I to move out? I'm extraordinarily tempted. I'm certain, in fact, I can make some progress. So let's do that safely. Got a car emerging on the left. Doesn't really trouble me unless someone hits me. Gets very accommodating. Water in the road. Remembering how cold it is, but it's not frozen. It's probably just a drain that's been blocked for a few days. It does mean the road up here is wet. And if this is cold and thin, this is quite likely to be slippery. Okay. A little bit of bunching up of traffic. Not really going to go anywhere. Not much beyond here at any rate. Let me just pop in behind this Fiat 500. Put it into neutral. Right brake, front brake on, right foot down. No bikes behind me, no push bikes trying to overtake. Green lights ahead, but they will change by the time they get there. No right turn, which probably means this lane is a pretty good lane to be in and not be held up. So is there a place if I were to filter past that I could come in? There's possibly a little gap behind the white van up ahead. Possibly. I've got a solid white line just where I am, but it is a broken white line just a bike length ahead of me. That's a test of restraint, isn't it? So bike length ahead, there's nothing really significantly different. Other than the one end of the line. But there you are. And then let's go. Unlike my cold is still here. Very slightly. So looking ahead over the bridge, traffic is pretty solid actually. Yeah, it's 5:54. It's a Monday. Don't really remember it being quite this solid, or maybe in the past I've not chosen to sit in it. I've progressed a bit more assertively. So neutral, front brake on, right foot down. Traffic coming across is also going to struggle to get anywhere, so they may end up sitting in a box junction where they're not meant to. Those goody dudes whizzing around, food delivery time. I can empathise with that. good, they actually routed at the line. That's remarkable, I don't always do that. Okay, green man on this crossing, so there's no point going into... Oh, now it's changed. Now there's a good reason for me to be in first gear. There's a car up there with no lights on. A couple of bikes behind me. Beside me. Away we go. Watch out for the cyclist. Watch out for the car with no lights. No lights or one lights. Give myself a bit of room. About 30 miles an hour. Now, coming out here, absolutely going to come out at this point. Get a good view. I can always come back in. That's part of the plan A just there, but pedestrian in it. Plan B is here. Plan C is here. We're going to go behind the Addison Lee. Addison Lee tend to be a pretty good quality of driver. That's a scooter trying to come past. Very good. Come on past them. Oh, apology from a scooter driver. My God. So very, very impressive. I have no idea what company they work for. Not branded, but well done you. N14 WXX. Well done. Alright, car, stop. Now, here I'm being a bit hesitant. That's bad. I was contemplating going around the outside of this, which I probably should have done just like that bike there. Almost certainly I should have done that. I was too focused on trying to ride in a restrained manner rather than just riding. So that's obviously interfering a little bit with my riding. Noticing this gap here, I think we're going to end up cramming into this gap anyway. Trying to just make a little bit of eye contact. Yeah, that's what I think. But I'll probably be overtaking you in a minute. Let me check there's no one behind. No, that's fine. White car is here, and they've moved out my way, so I was coming past. Thank you very much, you get a bonus wave. Right, enough from here, let's just crack on at this point. Second gear. Right, no chance trying to squeeze past that lorry. I don't want to force them into a cycle lane, let's give them plenty of room. Looking ahead, I've got flow of traffic, not very fast, no real gaps. Person in front very keen on braking. Okay, got a lot of brakes coming up. Just easing off on the throttle myself, I've built myself up a little cushion behind. Big lorry up ahead, but then looks a little bit clear behind it, or at least there's no lights. A couple of cars and then a bit of a gap. Having a little look for potential overtakes, nothing really there because I can't find anywhere to come back in, so let me come back in to follow in position. People cycling on the pavement with a reflective gear, that is very sensible, well done. People engaged in turning over there. Road bends round to the left. Junction on it. I'm going to come out to position 2.5 to 3. I see people are turning. They will be outside out of my way, just safe, and good view down here. Yep, safe to come past, that car's not coming through. Green lights at the end, they will be red undoubtedly. I've got a bike coming up on my left. They are going to come past, they have a scootery look. Scooter and nipping around kind of tend to go together. So I would, under normal course of events, go to the outside lane, but yes, it is normal course of events, why not? So the benefit of being in this lane. So, it's not a filter lane. It's not a mandatory left turn lane. It's well positioned dead ahead. I've got this guy, not scooter, you're a bike. Okay, proper bike. Got a green man on these lights, so no point me going to first yet. Looking across here, they've got green. Little scooter guy moving out. Okay. Try to get out of the lorry. Behind me is a car is indicating left. Bike is going to go straight on, I'm going to go straight on. I suspect we'll end up being pretty parallel, but I'll give them just a little bit of a head start. First gear. little bit of an audio nudge. The revs, here we go. They've anticipated what I'm doing, and they say lanes 50 miles an hour. All those at 40 miles an hour. Look at that, very synchronised. Both dead on 40. Oh, good God. What a compliment you are, well done. Okay, I'm in position 4 as I come around here. Full speed camera, 40 miles an hour, no particular concerns. Car behind. Yeah, alright. Coming out to queue traffic. Gosh, that's very much. Something around, I've got to get position 3 at this point. Back to 2. And we up to 3. This bit, no reason why not. Where view. Conveniencing in on 40 miles an hour, 4th gear. Over the top here, so where's the traffic? Where's the traffic? This is very clear. Okay, lots of movement. I've got a completely empty lane. I'm going to share it with my friend here. Construction management. Right. Got to select control that because we're about to change. I'm so excited to get there. Right, we're into the same lane here. Now, different approach. They're going around the outside, which is pretty good. I'm actually going to be here because I think these cars are going to move out the way onto the flyover. That gives me this lane. Construction management, you're way ahead of me there. Okay. You stick to this lane as I come around. You can see here, cyclist, cars jiggling about. Another relatively peaceful lane. What is going on today? Right, come through looking here, now gets a bit heavy. Alright, filtering. That car is unfortunately what I would like to be. I wonder if they're giving the bicycle lids a run. Let's put myself here, make a judgment. Could I get through here? Yes, I possibly can. Not comfortable? But, you know, that's not. If it's probably on, it's not on. And now it's on. Go through, go through, go through. Bit of rear brake in first, I'm going to pop it into second. Because that's all I need. Slightly better in terms of gentle power application. Lights are going red, find where I want to be. I want to be slightly this side. This lorry, but I'm not going to be behind the van. Neutral, front brake, right foot down, wiggle left fingers. Get a little bit of That's a very keen horn blast from the lorry driver, given the lights had only just gone green. Lights are green up ahead, they'll go red by the time we get there. We come through behind this van, properly behind the van. Opportunity then to come past at the end of these railings. I can contemplate. We pull back slightly from the van. Well, that's the gap that I was contemplating. Okay, so that's a little skiddy bike. So room gap. Push bike coming through. Alright, so yeah, this is what I would do. So look, I'll go here. I'm taking a look, I'm coming back. I think I'm sniffing because it's getting cold. Scooter dude stopped by the police over there. The lane is pretty clear. Push bike, assertive in their lane. Coming around on your right. Learner guy on a very funky bike. Lots of foot down. Don't need to do that. No, more foot down, more foot down, more foot down. Okay. Actually going to go into second here. Filtering on. Pretty nice. Slow control. Reasonable gap here. Go across, up here, contemplate what I can see, Anything coming a little bit. Holding where I am. Car coming. Slightly different brightness of lights, which is a bit irritating. That's probably where the angle they're setting is a bit off. Looking behind me in case anyone's a bit more assertive than I'm being, or someone who's coming up. They may go to the side. Right. Slight gap behind the van. No, not really. A little bit of an indentation rather than a proper gap. People turning right. Up ahead, there's... Oh, that's a bit close. Green lights at the far end. Green lights here. That's the sound of a bigger bike rolling up. I got a chance to come past here. It's a little bit brave into oncoming traffic, just like that. Okay. Happy to have done it on the little crosshatch or when you know one's turning right, but what have I got here? So I've got a lane full of red lights, and got a lane over there with green. It's a little bit of a gamble as to whether or not my lane, where I want to be in, lane 2, is going to turn green by the time I get there. So I'm going to go sort of control. Up. The answer is no, it didn't. Bad. So that was kind of frustrating for everyone. I pissed off the cars behind a little bit, I think. Ended up doing something I shouldn't have done, and now I'm doing 30 and 20. This is not good. That's 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Okay. Very dim lights on this car here. Oh my god, how slow is 20 miles an hour? Let me come over to the side. I feel so bad about doing 20 miles an hour. I'm not trying to create an extra hazard for myself, but oh my god, can I actually do 20 miles an hour here? 22, 21, 20, come on, come into 21, come on. Slower than that, 20, no. My god, I don't know I can do that. That just feels pointless. This is a very clear road. There's a pedestrian here. That would be ironic if I'd said it. Not ironic. Oh well, it would be. If it were ironic if I was trying to ride safely and I ended up causing a problem. That is, I think, a more reasonable speed for this road. In fact, it's so slow, it's distractingly slow. Sticking over to the cycle lane because I just feel bad that these cars behind it. Oh my gosh, they can be loaded in. Okay, let's reclaim the road then. They're going to do 20. Let's do 20. We'll be a 20 club. Oh. How far away is that at 20 miles an hour? Let's time it. 6:09. Looking at the green lights, going beyond that, there's some red lights. So there's obviously people milling about because they're moving a little bit. Cars oncoming. It's still 6:09. It's pedestrian controlled lights, so unless there's a pedestrian, I'm assuming they won't change. Can't see the pedestrian, well, apart from people at the bus stop, but no one pushing buttons. Still 6:09. Okay, that took less than a minute. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that took less than a minute. Maybe 20 miles an hour is too fast for this road. Oh, I'm cold. I'm obviously bored because I'm now riding one-handed. Let me put the second hand back on. I can't persuade people to overtake me. It's just not happening. So I'm in position 2, looking at position 3. There's a green light at the very far end. That will undoubtedly have changed. It means I have got traffic that's coming towards me as well. I'm going to go into second gear. I'm looking here, I'm going to come out at this point, looking out wide, coming back in just in front of the bus. That car knows us one day. Okay. This then, quite soon, will become 30-mile-an-hour section. But at the moment, we're doing 3. Okay, look at the cars, there's people there, that's fine, no one behind, out to come, coming up behind this car here. Yep, thank you very much, Mercedes. Get a bronzy car thing? Silvery bronze. Okay, got a car parked in the lane I would really like to go in, which is a bus lane. And I'm not sure what the parking regulations are at this time of night. But between 4 and 7, which is what it is a bus lane. But it's also a cycle lane and a motorbike lane. Right. Checking for anyone that suddenly thinks they're a bus. Putting out, no one. Okay, preparing for this corner, limit point here, it's coming up pretty tight. Looking for my positive steer, which starts here, coming around, out the way of that car, thank you very much, and over this way, looking ahead, positive steer, keeping constant radius as I come around, nicely into this lane. That was all pretty nice and nice. Now I'm going to go uphill. This light changes very quickly, indicate my intention, watch out for this car coming around, noting it's changing, coming around, positive steer, keep nice into position 2, yep. Through here, position 2, positive steer, keep that constant radius, very nice. Again, the car's trying to emerge, but we'll deter them just by being fairly assertive, we'll avoid knocking over this pedestrian. Hello Mr. Pedestrian, people on the sides looking up the hill, a few lights I saw. So the guys immediately here are static, but no, it's kind of heavy going up the hill. How weird. Weird day today. So at this point I am going to cut past all these guys, much like the cyclist is doing. Completely understandable what you're doing there, matey. Looking out for any cars that are going to suddenly dive into a driveway. People come around the corner at speed, which scooter dudes tend to do. This lane is marked as a right turn, but there is no blue arrow making it an order. It is not written on the ground, so it is not compulsory. Having a look at the guy in this car here, I'm in first gear at this point. The lights on the other side are changing to red, a little bit of revs, off we go. No one coming up, yep, lovely. Well, I think it was safe, it was legal, it was advantageous, and it didn't piss anyone off, so all good. I arrived here too quickly. Did see everyone was stopped, but I was thinking about the van on the side. I haven't really fully adapted my speed. I could have done that a little bit better. The road goes around to the right, cars coming downhill, occasional side roads, occasional pedestrians. Parked vehicles on the side causing the width restriction. First gear, going uphill. I think we can do second for this, it's not a terribly steep hill. Lights on the church make the top of it look quite attractive. Lights in this car, just giving it a bit of room in case it's trying to come past. Oh, not come past, but it's trying to pull out. Car over there trying to park, they're probably going to wiggle it a bit, so we'll be careful of that. And parking very close to a bend, unless they're indicate for the bend. No, they're parking right on the corner. That's bizarre. So I'm not going to pull out straight away because I'll be in the path of this traffic that's unaware that I'm coming around. So I'm to go into first gear for this. That's really a weird place to have parked. Okay, right. This is a 30-mile-an-hour section. I'm doing 13. What have I got? I've got room to come past, which is what I'm going to do. Here we come. Pedestrian. First gear, off we go. Pedestrian. 30 miles an hour. Coming up to a sharp corner, I'm in third gear at the moment. I think it's second gear, that's changed down to second. Ease off power, down to second. The drive. Positive steer, a little bit of back brake I think, because we just approached it there. drive round the corner, nice power as we come away. So that was at 18 miles an hour on the apex on that corner. Lights coming, easing off the power, dropping back. Let's hang back behind this cyclist, a little bit of rear brake, scrub off a bit more power, give that car a bit of room, drop it in a second, come out wide now, give the bike a lot of room, show the car that I'm coming back in position 1. Now I'm coming up the hill, the road is closed. This is quiet. This again is surprisingly quiet. I have no idea what is happening today. Something is happening and no one has told me what. Okay. Bus is here. Hello bus. I'm across. Could have indicated. Indicate now in case it really feels like checking. Indicate now in case the bus is curious where I'm going, which they're not, of course. Alright, cars coming up the hill, pushback coming up the hill, with people coming out of this little side road here from Star and Garter, of which there are stories that I could tell are quite dull. Coming downhill, we've got a little queue of traffic over there, past the red light, going around the corner, easing on the brake, so engine brake, a little bit of front and rear brake, just as we come here. I can whiz past now these guys, control whiz, just checking in case anyone's turning. I'm looking this road, doesn't seem to be anyone turning up this road, apart from maybe that guy there. Indicator on, but their lights obviously changed. No one here pulling out. Let's just watch out for this white car here. Come and we'll be in where this gap is here by this BMW just here. They've seen me, that's very kind, thank you very much. I've got a potential bit of room here. I could nip in front of that little taxi Mercedes van thing, but we won't because of that kind. It was stupid, because I could have done that quite happily. Will have this BMW is stopped for some reason. That was a bit of impatience on my part. It put me in a path I wasn't really planning to be. Okay, that was bad. I will say that was not the greatest thing I could have done. And little Atos or whatever it was that was coming towards me did well. They weren't panicked, but they probably weren't thrilled that they had a bike coming at them, because I can probably only see a headlight. Okay, in this road, sharp bend round to the left, one of the nicer corners on this route. Nice kind of smell of cooking in the air. Some kind of caramelised onion, I think that is. With a bit of sausage, perhaps. Okay, coming up wide, position 3, looking in as I come around. Keeping position 3, all nicey, go back to 2. Looking ahead, green lights, and then traffic continues around. It's moving to the right. We'll head on out to just slightly outside of 2, just about here on the board of 2. Come back towards the other side of 2, just about here. Looking up, we've got a pedestrian. Traffic keeps moving. 17 miles an hour and 20. This is all good stuff. Well done, traffic. Speed cushions here, so you need to pick a side all the way up to this side, I think. Let's see, nicely up here, looking good. 20 miles an hour and 20, so I'm not overtaking anybody. Cross over to here. So roundabout coming up, I can see people are turning right, or planning to turn right. I shall indicate just past this lane to show that I'm actually going to go straight on, just so that people know, particularly if there's bikes and things. Okay, everyone's all good. Let's cancel that indicator. Up in a second, still on 20 mile an hour, so this is again where sometimes it's very tempting to whip up this little central bit and then persuade people to let me in at the end, but not doing that today. Looking for reflections in cars or windows or curbs, just for the oncoming traffic. So there's certainly reflections up there that I can see. Queue of traffic here. Now we used to have a temporary roadworks here a few days ago. That seems to have gone. The temporary. Gap here that I can see that I can do. So we'll come up and we'll be behind that somewhere up here. Plan A, plan B is just a weaker up there. But, or maybe this is plan B behind the BMW. Plan A is just weaker. That's probably what you're really meant to do, isn't it? Have a plan A and then have a contingency plan. That's probably a better description for what you want to do. Okay, slow control is running out of capability there. Can't go normal, so on here. Little houses, hello houses. Oh, there we go. Fingers are getting cold now. Nice houses over here. Here, all very nice. Nicely nice. Traffic continue to be moderately heavy, but not horrendous. Still moving. Green light now, that'll change to red by the time I get there, I would think. Point of no return is here. Car turning, up ahead another car turning, cars wiggling around. Oh, it's Salika, isn't it, down there? In a speedy Salika type way. There's could be the two roads. Yeah, it's a big junction otherwise, there's two roads. Width restriction car coming out across the white line, coming back at that point. This guy here is coming out as well. I do not need to cross the white line, so I'm just going to tootle along. Shops are all fine, no cars milling about too much. Red light at the end. Now, this is a bit of a tough choice because the lights are likely to change. If I take this little side road, which I have not done, then potentially I could nip through. And the question always is, would nipping through have been beneficial? So on to crossing. Come on car, you want to go past, you've got room to go past, go past, go past, go past. Now at this point, nipping through would have been good. Let's come past here. This red light is taking a huge length of time. I'm sure I could have gone past there. Right, now I'm going to persuade people they would really dearly love to let me in. Here I am, but you're not going to let me in, are you? No, you're not at all. Okay. Well, you are. You're going that way, come on! Come on, baby, on board. You could have done that for me. 20 miles an hour and a 30. Bus up ahead, stopping and starting. Little queue of traffic behind. Pedestrians in the road. Let's just be a bit ultra cautious here. Let these cars sort themselves out. That's not getting too involved in that. Just keep the route nice and wide. They've got car doors and stuff flapping around. Okay, again. A little bit of disorder happening, bus stops, people trying to come past bus on bus action at the moment, I think. Is that what we got? Yeah, blimey. Wow. It's all happening on the 371 route today. You can see headlights reflected on the cars, there's a vehicle coming. Let's not whiz past. Gently come back in and see the reflection on the road surface as well. Pedestrian coming past and car reversing onto a major road. Not always fire on. Someone on a tiny bike. Tiny person on a tiny bike. Okay. Go on buses. We've got 3 buses now. Ooh, 371s. 3 371s. Was a double decker. Something as a foot if you're running a double decker on 371. Yeah. Right. Cannot see beyond this car. No pedestrians on here. Scooter dude wants to come past. Come on, scooter dude, you can come past. You've probably got places to be, haven't you? Deliveries to make. And no, maybe not. Maybe you're coming back for a delivery. Maybe that's what it is. Now, I've said delivery food a few times. I wonder if that's telling me something psychologically. Yeah. Tesco's shop. Right. Lights on the cars, I would not have done that move. And I did not do that move. And it's a van with a bus. Yep. Happy to say where I am. Bus is pulling into a stop just before the roundabout with a traffic island, judging by you'll put a street light on the traffic island, sure. But I'm sure there's traffic island there, so that's a extra little delay from all the street furniture and the bus as well. Bit close to the car in front than I really wanted. Particularly as they didn't let me in earlier, not that I'm holding a grudge. Okay, the road up ahead is pretty clear actually, apart from a couple of buses in it. It's doing alright, it's not got big queues in it. Alright, come on, slow control here. Slow control, slow control, slow control, slow control. No, we're not going to do it. No one's moving. Which is fair enough, they did have people there. Right, hello cyclist. Alright, there we go. Chilly fingers now. Even in these winter cars, there's a chilly fingers. Move back in, get out by these guys. Buses and buses and buses, that's what we've got. It is a bus day today. Happy bus day to you. Dear Buster. Now he's slow control. All at 2 miles an hour. 2 miles an hour, slow control. 2 miles an hour, slow control. No, you put your brakes on to go slower than stop. That's impressive. That's super impressive. Well, I'm obviously getting too close. I'm not giving myself the ability to slow control these guys. That is something within my control. Hanging back from these guys. Car, are you coming out? Are you turning? You're not turning? You did well not to indicate. Well done. Pedestrian. Hello, pedestrian. A little bit more dense traffic here. Tends to build up because the road gets narrow, parked cars, etc., etc. We'll slow down, quite understandably. Let me slow down a little bit more understandably. Try and get this little bit of room to the car in front. These guys are going to want to come past this park car, aren't you? You're good. Yes, okay. Yes, you, and you as well. Yeah, okay. Alright. No, I can't come past you. Tempting though. Whoa. Now. That was a possibility. A little whip out and I could have been in front of a car or two, but you know, it's not worth it. Right, go on, numb fingers. Hello, pedestrian dressed in black. I shall let you go. Come along. Speed cushion. Whoop. Sort of rubbing the back wheel on the speed cushion. Holding back because we've got traffic trying to wiggle its way past parked cars on both sides. More pedestrians. Side road, car. Giving you guys a bit of room. You can pass Mercedes. Alright, you're a Duke or something? No, what are you? You are a Honda something. Big van. Shopping, I think. A Cardi van? Oh, a Cardi van. This is Kingston.